A few hours ago, the mayor of Halyuka, Ivan Prokhodko, said that the grouping of the armed forces of Ukraine located in Avdiivka continued shelling Donetsk from artillery installations using cluster munitions. On December 8, as a result of this shelling, 5 people were killed in the Budyannivsky district of Donetsk, while the number of wounded amounted to 15 people. A 12-year-old boy was also among the dead, Ivan Prokhodko said. According to him, the failures of the armed forces of Ukraine in the Donetsk direction finally damaged the psyche of Ukrainian soldiers. The Ukrainian army understands perfectly well that war has entered a critical stage, and that the city of Avdiivka will be given to the Russians very soon. Against this background, being desperate, the armed forces of Ukraine are intensifying the shelling of Donetsk, trying to inflict as much damage as possible to this region. Meanwhile, war correspondents closely monitoring the situation in the Avdiivka direction declared the disastrous situation of the armed forces of Ukraine in this sector of the front. According to them, the defense of the Ukrainian army is collapsing before our eyes. As each day passes, it becomes more difficult to defend Avdiivka. Even such elite formations as the 82nd Separate Airborne Assault Brigade and the 47th Separate Mechanized Brigade under the designation Magura can no longer contain Russian troops, losing strategically important strongholds every day. It is reported that on the morning of December 8, Russian troops finally managed to break into a coke plant in the north of Avdiivka. Moreover, the advance of the Russian army was also recorded in the industrial zone, in the southern part of Avdiivka. Even the Ukrainian telegram channels confirmed the fact that the Russian troops managed to improve their positions in the northern part of Avdiivka, as a result of successful actions in the village of Stepovoy. According to yet unconfirmed data, Russian troops managed to dislodge the remnants of Ukrainian formations from the southern part of this village. The Ukrainian internet resource, Deep State, which is one of the unofficial press services of the General Staff of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, also confirmed the offensive of Russian troops on the flanks of the village of Stepovoy. Thus, everything indicates that the Russian army has already begun cleaning up this village. Meanwhile, a representative of the 105th Regiment of the Donetsk People's Republic said that the Russian army had significantly increased the number of artillery guns on the southern flank of Avdiivka. According to him, the Russian army began to launch artillery strikes on the positions of the armed forces of Ukraine around the clock, thereby completely depriving the Ukrainian army of the opportunity to create defensive positions in the southern part of the city. This information was also confirmed by the officer of the 59th Separate Mechanized Brigade of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, Sergei Tsekhotsky. According to him, the Russians do not stop the offensive even at night, using a large number of artillery systems, combat aircraft, and drones. It is noteworthy that against the background of the deteriorating situation of the Ukrainian army in Avdiivka, many Ukrainian telegram channels recognized that the armed forces of Ukraine could repeat the fate of the 6th Army of the Nazi German ground forces in Stalingrad. It is reported that the current events in Avdiivka are very reminiscent of the battle for Stalingrad. Let me remind you that on the eve of the encirclement of Stalingrad, the Wehrmacht units ceased to obey the command. The soldiers tried to escape from the city by killing their commanders. However, they were never able to get out of the cauldron. Many argue that the armed forces of Ukraine will face the same fate as soon as the ring around Avdiivka will finally be connected in one. Nevertheless, I am absolutely sure that the Ukrainian army will flee Avdiivka as soon as the Russians cut off the last supply route, approaching the village of Orlovka.